addressed is the recent terrorist attacks. So Guyana is now the target of terrorists. I'm going to dedicate an entire video to explaining what has happened in the last 2 weeks or so as far as acts of terrorism in Guyana and how the government is handling it and the whole feel of the situation. But in summary, I actually chose to stay off the streets, stop filming videos for a few days, entirely because of the last bombing that happened in the city. I didn't want to be anywhere near Georgetown or its environment, so I actually stayed away, stayed out of the city for a bit. But I'm going to explain that in a future video in a few days from now. This is the road from Georgetown to Eccles, right? This is the Eccles to Georgetown road. We're at Georgetown. We've visited this intersection before. It's on the way to Peters Hall. It's a lot of traffic congestion out here. And it's going to be this way, I think, for the foreseeable future. Right, this has become quite a popular route. It actually connects to the East Bank Public Road, goes past Ogle. So a lot of this traffic is actually coming out of Ogle. You know, the East Bank, the expressway, the new East Bank bypass, and they end up here on the new East Coast bypass, and they end up here at Eccles on the East Bank, Georgetown, Eccles on the East Bank Public Road. So yeah, guys, this is what is happening here. This is what is happening here on the East Bank Public Road at about 7:15 a.m. on a Tuesday morning, Tuesday, the 4th of November, 2025, as we investigate the traffic on the East Bank Public Road and the state of construction on the bridge as we bring that update. So yes, I said I'm going to bring you another dedicated video on terrorism, the state of the Guyana-Venezuela conflict, and why there are Venezuelan intelligence officers possibly carrying out acts of terrorism in Guyana, and how that relates to the military buildup of U.S. Navy in the Caribbean Sea. So that has to be addressed specifically. We're going to do that in a future video. But for now, the East Bank is one of the most economically active regions of the country, and I saw that during my last trip to the airport, and I'm going to show you in the coming weeks what's really happening on the East Bank between Providence, where we've been going recently. Up until recently, we've been visiting this East Bank as far as Providence, but in future I'm going to take you past Providence to places like Little Diamond, Great Diamond, and Supply, and show you what's happening. Massive amount of investment in industrial and commercial real estate along the East Bank. that is currently ongoing. Lots and lots of new warehouses and businesses, part of the energy sector, part of the oil and gas sector, suppliers and contractors setting up warehouses all along the East Bank. And that is transforming the East Bank into a commercial corridor. And I want to take a look at that in the next few videos. But for now, this is what is happening on the East Bank, the East Bank Public Road here at the Georgetown. And now we're heading into Peters Hall at the Bridge Junction. This is the old Demerara Harbor Bridge Junction. That bridge, the Demerara Harbor Bridge, the old Demerara Harbor Bridge, remains closed. As you can see here on a Tuesday morning, traffic is backed up for miles. All right, you see, it's about 7:15, maybe 7:30, and for at least a mile from where we are into Providence, traffic is backed up here at the East Bank Public Road. And if you look, I'm going to show you from the overpass in a minute. Yeah, but if you look here along the road, that's the bridge that's the new Demerara Bridge from this point. As you can see, the old Demerara Bridge remains closed. That's the old Demerara Bridge. There's truck traffic. We're going to have to address the fact that these trucks are the major cause of accidents on the roads now, making it dangerous to commute. And the fact that the Minister of Home Affairs has had to intervene to stop issuing licenses to drivers under 21 years old. The government has been waiving the requirements of experience for drivers who are under 21 years old to drive these heavy duty trucks. And they have now removed that waiver. Now you can't get a license to drive a truck if you're 17 or 18 or 19 years old, as was the case up until recently. Let's take a look at from the vantage point of this pedestrian overpass here at Peters Hall. All right, this is what is happening at Peters Hall. Now looking north as usual, this is what the traffic looks like on the East Bank Public Road. You can see traffic heading to Georgetown is backed up for a mile. It's about 7:20 in the morning. And this is looking south. Looking south. Now, up until recently, the government had been turning this southbound lane into, splitting the lane. They were splitting the lane so that they're allowing 3 lanes of traffic to head north and 1 lane of traffic to head south to utilize the extra lane. So because of the lack of traffic, heavy traffic south in the mornings, they have been turning this southbound lane into a 2-way street, and that has been the cause of accidents, especially when they did it on the East Bank. There were a couple of fatal accidents in the last week or so, last 2 weeks. More recently, a 15-year-old child was hit and killed by a car driven by a police officer, and the police chief, the traffic chief, eventually abolished that rule. Now, this is what is happening on the bridge. You can see some traffic moving on the deck, the bridge deck. Right, there are cars. Let's see if I can show you what's happening on the high span section. Right, that's the high span section. As you can see there, the tops of the towers have been capped with those crowns, but the cranes remain in place, which tells me that they haven't yet completed construction of the high span section of the bridge. Now, I don't know when that's going to be completed. However, if you can focus here a little bit, this is what is happening with the traffic on the bridge. So you can probably see it better if we focus on the ramp section. Right, so that's the ramp section of the bridge. And there are vehicles. There are vehicles on the bridge heading to the east. But yes, guys, we're dealing with huge traffic problems in Guyana, road fatalities due to mismanagement of the traffic, breaking and bending the rules in ways that are not safe